Alrighty, here we have Homebody being played on Nintendo Switch. This game is very, very unique. So it is a game that pays homage to old style horror games like Clock Tower, um, Silent Hill, games of that era. Definitely is a PlayStation 1 style um, a horror game in the way that it looks. And the game is just it's it'll keep you on your toes, that's for sure. This is a game that this review is courtesy of Rogue Games. I want to thank them very much for the opportunity. This game is like it's something I've really never experienced. So each time you start the game, it's interesting because it will so like it's hard to explain, but if you stop playing the game and come back to it, um, like take a break and come back to it and start the game up again, it it will give you a different like interaction element. I guess would be the best way to put it. Like you'll have a character on the screen or you have like a flashback come up, and you'll have to interact with the dialogue choices, and it's just very interesting in the way that it presents itself. Very different than from any other game I've ever played. In this genre or any genre for that matter. But essentially, you play as Emily, who has to kind of come to grips with the events that have happened with her friends, college buddies here in this rental house, trying to not get killed by a killer that's lurking about. And you can talk to these people, and you have to make dialogue choices. And depending on the dialogue choices, depends on what happens. It's a really interesting game to kind of dive into, like the emotional elements of these characters. You kind of feel for them, really. Um, Now, the only real downside, real kind of nitpicky thing I have about this game. Um, Now, this game was developed by Game Grumps, which is kind of awesome. Um, but and this is no dig on them at all. But what I've noticed is when you pick a dialogue choice, um, Emily doesn't actually say what you've selected. It's kind of weird. It's almost like she ignored it, or almost like when you say it, it's as if she said it, but the conversation continues. And I'm not sure if that's a bug or if that's intentional, but but I did want to go ahead and bring that up as a potential issue I have with the game. But yeah, I don't know if it's a bug or if it's intentional or not, but so that kind of broke the immersion a little bit. But yeah, you just walk around talking to these people, solving these puzzles. There's going to be a lot of walking around, a lot of talking, and trying to just not die. And you have puzzles to solve here, like a book to put back, for instance. Oh, I'm trying to talk to this girl, and it's not. Can I? Whoa! Can I not talk to her? Really? Is that is that me? No. Okay, it's not me. Okay. That I wouldn't put it past this game to have that happen. I really wouldn't at this point. Okay. But yeah, it kind of dives into these conversations, and like sometimes it'll flashback. You have flashback, or it's a very interesting game. I really can't get over how different this game is, and I've seen a couple people talk about this on Twitter. Nobody is really talking about this game. Um, and so I'm glad I was able to cover this game for you guys. This game is definitely worth playing. It's worth checking out. It's different again than any other third-person horror game I've ever played. if you're a fan of Resident Evil, if you're a fan of Clock Tower, if you're a fan of Silent Hill, those kinds of games, you need to play this game. This is a game you need to experience. It's so different than all of those other games. It is a hidden gem for sure. It is definitely a hidden gem. Don't let graphical style fool you, because it's meant to be a PS1 style horror game, but it is a modern game by every sense of the word, and it is just it is so good. It is so good. Can I open the door? There we go. There's Cliff. Hey, Cliff. Huh? Yeah, right now she is saying the exact thing you choose, but other times she won't. What's kind of funny is that, um, so she's experiencing these things, right? And she's asking her friends, "Hey, do you recognize anything? Have you seen anything? Is anything out of place?" And they'll completely ignore the question, and she'll recognize that they've ignored it. It's kind of it makes you feel uneasy. This game is just, again, unlike anything I've ever played, and is just so phenomenally well done. It is a very 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 good game. Alright, guys, so while I've reacted about this game long enough, I would highly, highly encourage you to check this game out. This game is totally worth it. Hands down, a great game, a great survival horror game that nobody is talking about. So let's work to change that. Buy this game, play this game, talk about this game. This game's great. Again, this is Homebody, being played into Switch. It is available on other platforms as well. I will leave a link to get the game in the description down below. And yeah, this game is phenomenal. And I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. As always, until next time, take care and happy gaming.